Okay, so Satan doesn't like this. So now I want us to go to Job chapter 31, because we're looking at his example. So Job, he made a covenant with his eyes. So Job chapter 31 verse 1. I made a covenant with mine eyes. Why then should I think upon a maid? Isn't that amazing? He made a covenant to not lust after a woman, to lust after someone, some other man's woman. At the heart of it, although this is not always intentional, or even sometimes we're not even conscious of this, but we should be conscious of this. That woman belongs to another man, and God tells us to, number one, love God with all our heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love our neighbor as ourselves. That woman belongs to my neighbor. And so now we've looked at Job. Let's look at David. Now, we know that David always, in fact, maybe even for much of his adult life, he was not walking in sexual purity, as were many of the kings in many of the characters in the Old Testament, the patriarchs. Even Abraham, he slept with prostitutes, and he gave them gifts, and he sent them away. But we know that Abraham or David, none of them were justified by their works. And the fact that we hear about the mistakes of all these, men of God, and also at the same time that we know that they were with God, that God approved of them, is because that, the way we know it is because it's faithfully recorded. Not just the triumphs, but the mistakes. So we know David had prostitutes. We know that he also had, he also slept with the wife of one of his soldiers, in his most effective generals, Uriah. He actually put Uriah on the front of the battle, it's written, so that he would die, so that he could father the kid he illegitimately had with Bathsheba, with Uriah's wife. How wicked is that? And that was while David had been elevated to king. But let's read about the covenant that David made as well. And we read as well in the Chronicles of the Kings that David reached a point in his life where he was given this, I think he was a bit older, quite a bit older, and he was given this handmaid, and nothing improper ever happened. And she was just there to keep him company. And but David made a covenant, and I'll just see if I can find it for us as well. But before that, let's just turn to 2 Samuel chapter